team in paintball. But 2012 was not their year. This season brings a few significant roster changes as they picked up Kyle Spica and Brandon Short from the LA Ironmen, as well as Tyler Harmon from Excessive. Brandon Short had been on fire in practice leading up to the event but broke his hand and will be out for 6 to 10 weeks. Dynasty needs a solid front player on that Snake side, and both Spica and Harmon can fill that hole. They still have a deep roster filled with all-stars. Oliver Lang, Yosh Rao, and Alex Frazee are literally living legends, players who helped invent aggressive paintball. And Ryan Greenspan is coming off one of his best years ever and is on every coach's shortlist as one of the best players of 2012. Dynasty is very motivated to get back to the top tier of the league this season. Rebuilt and rebooted for 2013, the LA Ironmen have loaded up a new program in search of another championship for the legendary franchise. It's been 3.5 years since their last win, and they're hungry to get back to the top of the game. Mike Hinman has replaced Kevin Brethauer as head coach, bringing in his intense mentality and practice regimen. The roster is radically different than the beginning of 2012, acquiring the #1 American player Marcel Margot, who has been promoted to team captain. They lost longtime players Brandon Short and Kyle Spica to San Diego Dynasty, but picked up a once-dominant Alex Goldman, who wants nothing other than to prove to the world he's still one of the best Snake players in paintball. Stephen Pitts, who's an experienced, highly underrated gunfighter, and Corey Bornstein, who played last season with Excessive, have also been added to the mix. With all the new weapons and current members, like last year rookie standout Alex Rodriguez and vet Mike Paxton, they are one of the early favorites to win in 2012.
6-4. All right, here we go. So next matchup, man, I can't wait to see this one. San Diego Dynasty about to take on the Los Angeles Ironmen. Classic SoCal battle right here. Both these teams reformed their rosters, and also a little bad blood here because there's been a little bit of switchover from team to team as the Ironmen have Alex Goldman playing the Snake for them, and he played on Dynasty last season before he went to Tampa Bay Damage for one tournament at the World Cup. Now he's on the Ironmen, and then Kyle Spica, he's going to be playing the one against Alex Goldman, who came over from the Los Angeles Ironmen. So they're basically switching spots. It's going to be crazy, man. Both these teams real hungry to reassert for their teams, because both these teams were kind of mid-level bosses last year. None of these, the best that Dynasty did was third, and the Ironmen, they'd make it to Sunday every time, and then they'd lose every single one of those games, and they tried to tear up.
Who do you think? Look at this. Here it is, the Dynasty guy. I mean, on the field. See, this is what I like about. We have people downstairs, the great crowd, supporting all these teams. Stephen Pitts is playing out of control for the Ironmen right now. Look at this. Here's Dynasty, Oliver Lang, one of the top level players in the world, but not producing a lot this weekend though for some reason.
I don't know. I disagree. I think Oliver has played well at this particular event, but it's been kind of a team effort from Dynasty. Ryan Greenspan, he stepped it up. I think that Kyle Spica's playing pretty good for them, and Tyler Harmon, their new pickup, is also playing pretty hot. So on the flip side, the Ironmen, they just don't seem that they're kind of playing like this is a practice. They're really not playing like this is actually a tournament. I don't see really a lot of fight in them. So, and I know they know that. And so I'm expecting them to come out here and play this game as best and as hard as they possibly can.
Well, Oliver Lang is one of those clutch players. He's one of those guys that you want in the finals because he's a tournament winner. Both teams losing one player on the not so much in the break, but very quick thereafter. So 4-on-4 situation right now. You can see right there on your screen, number 3 from the Ironman, Alex Rodriguez. Oh, number 22 for the Ironman, taking the walk.
That's Eric Humphreys right there.
Yeah, and so 2 players coming off early for the Los Angeles Ironmen, and they only have 3 guys left alive. Marcelo Margot still left alive there. Top portion of your screen, you're looking at Alex Rodriguez, and it looks like Lauren is down with Mike Paxton in the pits. What's going on, Lauren?
Hey guys, down here on the sidelines in the Ironman pit with Mike Paxton. Mike, you guys played such a strong game yesterday, but you weren't able to be infamous. What's your strategy coming out today to get this win?
Pretty much they attacked us, so we got to attack them. Game just started. Here we go. This is it. We'll tell you in here in a few minutes.
All right, back to you guys.
Yeah, so now we're back here on the field, and you're looking at Stephen Pitts playing pretty well all event long for the Ironmen, and pretty closely contested point so far, as it looks like There are 4 bodies left alive for San Diego Dynasty and 3 for the Los Angeles Ironmen here. Oliver Lang getting a kill so far, and so does Glenn Takamoto.
But you know what? This is what we saw from Dynasty yesterday. They would be in these spots right here, all living, all playing, and you know they would make teams kind of come to them. You know, it felt like, but it was really hard for these teams to push into it. Oliver Lang doing the creep up now into the Dorito 3, and he picks off Alex Rodriguez. There's Marcelo Margot on your screen right there too. The Ironmen played best when Marcelo Margot was wrapping that outside of the Dorito side, then pushing up hard. Oliver Lang making the first move, he gets into the 50 Dorito, but Glenn Takamoto gets shot from across the field. Stephen Pitts also gets shot, and just Marcelo Margot left, and here comes Ryan Greenspan looking to add to his kill count. He blows up Marcelo Margot. A little bit different breakout there from the Ironmen that we saw from yesterday. They sent Alex Goldman to the Dorito side.
You know, and look at Marcelo, man. Marcelo, the last player left alive over there. As this team dies around him, they need to give Marcelo a little bit more support over there. And the Ironmen, they're just pure and simple. They need to step up. That's what they need to do. So, Spica handling that flag. He's stepping up. We're going to be right back after this.
We've just done a lot to make the loader smaller, lighter, tighter, simpler, more reliable, more consistent, just a better product in almost every single way. It is the lightest force feed loader of its type on the market. It's also now, with this smaller body profile, the smallest force feed loader on the market. Everything's taken care of automatically by the sensors in the loader. Put it on your gun, play paintball.
You know, coming into this game, though, I mean, and I said this 100 times, I mean, sometimes you don't say people's names coming and going, but Dynasty has such a deep roster, it's hard to say one person's name at a time. But look at Oliver Lang. Oliver Lang, he's the finals kind of guy. He's the guy, at the end of the day, when a tournament's won, he's the guy's name you hear a lot. Right there, 3 kills already in this game. 3 kills right there for Oliver Lang, just in this game alone.
And you know, last year Oliver didn't have a great season. He had an okay season.
He did.
But he finished 33rd overall out of everybody. Nick Laval, in his rookie year, came out Rookie of the Year candidate. He finished one slot higher than Oliver. Now, Oliver, listening to this, would probably be like, oh, stats don't mean anything. You know, but yeah, man, we watched all your kills, and you weren't one of even the top 20 guys in the league. But look what he's doing out there this particular event. Oliver Lang, he is historically one of the best players in the world, and I think he's trying to make people remember that again this year.
Right. Well, I mean, as you grow up, which I have, because I'm like 900 years old now, but, you know, Oliver Lang is still in his prime, and, I mean, the Dynasty roster, like I said, so deep. I had the pleasure of playing with Tyler Harmon, you know, Alex Frazee, all those guys. I mean, Todd, you're on Dynasty. You know what's up. Those guys, they're a stellar team, but Ironmen can't take it away from them. Talk Hamill, Paxton,
this is where we sort it out right here.
Split, breakout, left-hand side of your screen. Dynasty, right-hand side of your screen is the Ironmen. And on the breakout, 5-on-5 alive. Oh, but quickly losing Tyler Harmon on the break.
And Alex Frazee got bounced in the goggles on the break that game right there.
See,
Mike Paxton, you know, the big gun in the back for the LA Ironmen. I think he's asking for a check right now, or he's actually telling the ref, I shot Alex Frazee. Somebody go check that guy.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, so
there's Yosh Rao and Blake Yarber on your screen right there for Dynasty. Yosh Rao watching the Dorito Alley.
And Blake, look at his right-hand wrist. He has a wrist. Oh, there goes Blake Yarbrough and Alex Frazee, both taking the walk at the same time. And Blake Yarbrough got his wrist wrapped by the EMTs yesterday because he has a wrist injury.
Yeah, not sure exactly what's wrong with his wrist, but right now, Dynasty having problems in this point. Ryan Greenspan, Yosh Rao, only players left alive, looking at 5 Ironmen, and the Ironmen are going to start launching down the field. They have Alex Goldman in a good position over here in the snake, but he's getting pinched out.
Justin Schwartz into the 50 Dorito. Marcelo Margot in that tower, top right of your screen. There's Mike Paxton in the second Dorito. Good D-side camera shot right there. Mike Paxton wrapping around, trying to pinch Yosh Rao out, and does.
Oh, great shot by Mike Paxton. I mean, look at also number 5 for the Ironman. That's Justin Schwartz. He's been playing stellar, Maddie, on that side of the Dorito field.
Yeah, he has. So here we go. The Ironmen getting right back in it. That was a huge point for them. They needed to reassert right now. That's what they needed. They needed to fight against Dynasty here and not let Dynasty steal this game. These teams have been playing each other for over 10 years. This is a long battle, and this is another chapter that's going to be written here today. And who's going to win? It's all tied up now. I don't know. We just saw, we know Dynasty's hungry, and the Ironmen, to be honest, look relatively flat this event, though they're winning games, but really not necessarily getting to that next level of play that we know they have in the tank. Mike Paxton struggled earlier on in this event, but now stepping it up when it counts. But that's what Mike does. Marcelo Margot also getting 3 kills.
And Mike Paxton, one of the premier players. You see Mike Paxton stand on the field. Now, here's the deal. If you don't hang the flag and the other team concedes the point, regardless if you're hit or not, that will not be a dirty hang. But Mike Paxton's going to go ahead and hang the flag right now, and they'll give him a check out. You know, if you look at his loader, you see the yellow. Sometimes, for people at home, when you're on the field, if you rub up against a bunker, you can kind of see that paint gets on your loader. It transfers. It's not necessarily a hit, and the judges actually make that comment as you see it. So we'll come back after these messages from our sponsors.
So here we go, Kyle Spica on your screen, and Oliver Lang, Ryan Greenspan. Dynasty over 55 wins, the most successful team ever. And now these guys are getting into the mid-station of their career. You know, the core of the team's right around 30 years old, and they struggled last year, not because of that, but because they got inconsistent production. It wasn't the core necessarily, though some of them could have played a little bit better, but they had some problems with their ones, their attackers, and they picked up some new ones, and they're playing great. Look at that, Goldman eating one off the break.
Yeah, you know, Dynasty, they're shooting lanes in the break. They're doing really good. Ryan Greenspan getting out to the corner. You see Justin Schwartz uncharacteristically on the snake side of the field, Batty.
Yeah, well, Justin Schwartz getting a different spin out there, and he's going into the center to try to lock down that Dorito side. Ooh, and I think he might have, did he clip Oliver on the back? So close. I think he might have clipped Oliver. Look at all that shot right across field. I think he might have got Oliver back. No, he did get him.
I think that's Dalton Vanderbilt, actually.
Oh, Dalton Vanderbilt.
And he is an amazing Dorito side player.
Yeah, he is, and Oliver Lang's over here on the snake side. There's the angle right there. Justin Schwartz, number 5, trying to lock down that Dorito side, Todd.
And yeah, look at coming down the snake
right now. He's about to blow up. Justin Schwartz is back. Gives it to him, and Kyle Spica now in control of the snake, going to work.
And last year, Kyle Spica just not producing. However, this year, playing amazing.
Yeah, Kyle Spica getting involved over here, doing work. Stephen Pitts trades out with Oliver Lang. Oliver Lang going to walk off the field right now. Bunch of bodies left for Dynasty. So good breakout. Dynasty won that point on the break. You know, these guys, I think they shot 2 bodies on the break real early. Justin Schwartz kind of got out of position with all the bodies that were down. So Dynasty going to go up 2-1, and we'll be right back after these messages.
All right, here we go, man. This is what we thought we'd see, boys. A really close match. It's 2-1. San Diego Dynasty slightly edging out LA Ironmen right now. Let's check out this replay here. So on your screen, there's the double team for San Diego Dynasty coming down on that snake side of the field and getting slipping and getting shot right there. I think that was Oliver? Yeah, that was Oliver. So Oliver not able to get his footing and end up getting taken out, but the boys from San Diego Dynasty came to play paintball so far in 2013. I really like how their new pickups, Tyler Harmon right there on your screen, number 12. I think he's playing real solid. He's going to be a big asset for them, and as long as Kyle Spica can stay focused and not overthink his moves, man, he could be one of the phenomenal snake players this year. I think he's been doing a job over there real well.
Yeah, I love to see that, actually. I mean, they're playing so well right now. And, I mean, Tyler Harmon really impressed me yesterday. We were talking about the corner he played, Maddie, because you played that spot a lot. But Tyler Harmon's really impressed me. 3 seconds left, 2-1 in favor of San Diego Dynasty, Todd.
Yeah, so, oh, look at that. Kind of disaster off the break as Tyler Harmon and Oliver Lang bump into each other, but they're able to make it out there alive, and now trying some different game plans as San Diego Dynasty as they send Alex Frazier up to the center. He gets taken out. You're looking at Danny Park on your screen right now. Looks like he's either asking for information from his coach on the sidelines. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, and Dynasty is going to earn themselves a major penalty right now.
And you talked about this earlier, there's Tyler Harmon trying to go to work and try to control major penalty on Dynasty. That's going to be 2 minutes in the box.
Yeah, so unfortunately for Dynasty, going to be in the box constantly for the next 2 minutes. Major penalties stay on the board the entire time that they're up there. Minor penalties, they come off. And here comes Danny Park. He's in there doing work.
And
now.
Todd, you talked about Danny Park earlier and how quick he's getting out of the snake and going to work. And you can see this right now being effective in the snake for Team Dynasty. For the Ironmen. And Dynasty getting chewed up right now with 1 minute and 15 seconds left on that major penalty. The Ironmen will take that point right now.
I'm not sure exactly what the Ironmen are doing. Time ticking off that major. And A-Rod and Danny Park are walking around holding each other's hands instead of running the flag in. But Alex Frazier on that major penalty, he's going to be in there when we get back.
And so, coming at you from the inaugural event here, first event of the PSP 2013 season from Cousins Paintball here in Dallas, Texas. This game brought to you by Camp Pendleton Paintball Park in San Diego, California. And, man, such an amazing park. It's, where both of these teams train at. And, if you want to see the Ironmen and San Diego Dynasty scrimmage on a weekend, head out to Camp Pendleton Paintball Parks. Also the paintball store as well. And look at that, Dynasty getting a little quick swab on his barrel. It's Ryan Greenspan there.
And on the field right now, Dynasty, it's 2-on-2. 2-2. This is a great matchup because there's so many so many players on each team that have played against each other on the same team. It's just a magical event down there. Stephen Pitts.
Yeah, well, and Chris, you've played with and against pretty much everybody out there right now, seen a lot of these guys come up. Who do you feel is impressing you heading into this season? Who do you want to see do well out there? Because you know all the backstories behind these guys.
Absolutely. But player-wise or team-wise?
Let's start with players.
Players, Daniel Park. He's one of those guys, he's a hidden gem. He's like the diamond in the rough. Amazing player.
That's a good point. Not a lot of people know him. I'm glad that you brought that up because he's played pretty well this event for them. When he gets in there, man, he's real hungry. I think that's why Mike Kinman, there's on your screen right there, Danny Park, got clipped off the break though. So
still, that's a hard run, Matty.
Well, and as a front player, Chris, you were a front player, so you could probably speak to this. You were good at this. You got to have amnesia out there. You get shot, forget about it. Get back out there, reset, go back out, and Be focused. Forget about those getting shots off the break. It happens.
I'm 10-second Ted. You shoot me, I'm going to forget about 2 seconds later. So up in the middle, you see right now the Ironman going to work on the 50 Dorito also. I mean, being very, very aggressive with this major penalty. 30 seconds left on the penalty for Dynasty, Maddie.
Yeah, Frazee sitting in that box. Can't wait to get out. Drew that penalty. Frazee also no confirmed kills for him so far this match. And now Ironman in the driver's seat. This game tied up at 2 apiece. 10 minutes and 53 seconds remain. And Steven Pitts and Marcelo Margot are stepping up for the Los Angeles Ironmen. 5 kills for Marcelo Margot and 4 for Steven Pitts.
Absolutely. I mean, Steven Pitts has really, really impressed me this weekend. And we talked to him right now coming out of the box. Here he comes, and it's hard to get out of the box, but he lived. Oh, he gets smoked coming. And we talked about this, Maddie. There's no center back bunker. Coming out of that box is really tough. Yosh Rao on your screen right now shooting across the field, one of the premier and best back players in the game.
Yeah, Yosh Rao is such an amazing gunfighter, and it's so hard to press into his gun. He's able to chop bodies up. He shot Daniel Park off the break. So only Eric Humphreys remained for the Los Angeles Ironmen, and it looks like they had really good field position to start out this game. And now Eric Humphreys and the Snake going to be left to try to get it done here.
You know, and Eric Humphreys, and another play. Oh, right now, number 22 for the Ironman, getting shot in the goggles. That's Eric Humphrey, like you just talked about, Maddie. Dynasty coming out of the major penalty on that game and getting the point back, so to make it a 3-2 game.
Yeah, so wow, this is what we thought we'd see, man. I love watching the Ironmen and San Diego Dynasty play, because these guys, when they play each other, you see the best out of them. And we're going to see some more of this action coming at you. Dynasty 3, LA Ironmen 2. We'll be right back.
Ever wonder how your order gets from ansgear.com to you? Using our fast and efficient processing method, your purchase is pulled, verified, and shipped to your door quickly and accurately. Every order is checked for accuracy 3 times before it leaves the warehouse. With your choice of free shipping on orders over $100 to next day, Saturday, or international shipping options, you get the products you need sooner and at an affordable price to get you back in the game. Shop now at ansgear.com.
We are in the pits here for San Diego Dynasty. There's Yosh Rao, one of the best back players and gunfighters in the game, and a great leader on that team, the voice of reason with all the charismatic characters.
Exactly.
They are so charismatic. They fight like brothers all the time. But Yosh is he's the voice of reason on that team, and there's Oliver Lang really stepping it up here at this event, and his team's looking real good right now. Glenn Takamoto, Dalton Vanderbilt, and Kyle Spica, and Dalton, Ryan Greenspan out there, right there for San Diego Dynasty. So here we go. Let's see if the Ironmen can get back out there. And with Marcelo and Steven Pitts as 5 confirmed kills each, they're leading in this match. I would run those guys so the wheels fall off.
Yeah, and there you see on your screen right there, Alex Rodriguez and Steven Pitts over here trying to get an attack going down the Snake side, because they got 3 bodies over here. Danny Park sitting in the mini race bunker right behind the Snake. Ryan Greenspan pounding that bunker right now. Dalton Vanderbilt across the field. He's also chopping that lane down. There's Alex Rodriguez and Danny Park. Bodies coming up the field. That was Marcelo Margot, who slid into the tall tower.
Still a 5-on-5 game, though. It's very hard. It's very unusual to have 5-on-5, 15, 20 seconds into this game, Maddie.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. And well, with this layout, we've seen a lot of guys die off the break. We haven't seen a ton of 5-5 breakouts, and a real good field position for the Ironmen on this Dorito side of the field.
Yeah, and both teams pretty much mirrored up. You see the Dynasty right there. Ryan Greenspan, the bottom side of your screen. Oh, and taking one is Glenn Takamoto, I believe. Maddie taking the walk, so 5-on-4 in favor of Ironmen right now.
And Chris, Todd, we don't see Glenn die early a lot. Great survivability for him, and he's really one of those heads-up, high IQ players that we see able to pull points back from the brink and really be a guy that doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but made one there, caught a ball.
Oh, getting clipped in the pack. I'm sorry, Matty, interrupt you. See that getting clipped in the pack? We talked about this yesterday. Coming around snake 1 to snake 2.
Hey, and Chris, you're right. We did see that. He did get clipped on that angle. Nice drop shot by Dynasty. But I like the fact that the Ironmen are putting Park out there. He is starting to get shot out of that spot, so maybe they might want to think about putting somebody else out there right now. But Park was getting it done out there. And whereas opposed to, say, Toke Hamill, he got a couple spins and he had one good point of the tournament, but other than that, kind of catching some paintballs.
Well, they also, what Mike Hinman did was switch Alex Goldman over to the Dorito side. So, I mean, he's trying to probably get his two guys going together, his two best guys, Marcelo and Goldman, together. I mean, but Goldman played the snake for pretty much the entire event.
Yeah, he did, and so hopefully he knows those angles right now. Look at this Dorito side. And on the, look at that right there. There's Dynasty's lineup. On the Dorito side, Tyler Harmon over there, and also looks like Oliver Lang.
Yeah, Oliver Lang was the one that got that drop shot in on Danny Park. I've seen him do that a few times already this weekend.
Yeah, it's actually it's Dalton over there, and Dalton was a standout player on the Dorito side for the past 2 years. He actually almost went to Impact in the offseason, but Dynasty able to retain his talents, and that's a really good thing for them because they need attackers on both sides. Here is Steven Pitts having a great day right now for the LA Ironmen, but here's the issue though, Todd. 7 minutes left on this, and we're starting to see these slow points. The Ironmen, they've got to play real careful here.
Well, I think
they're still looking at 4 guns, you know?
Yeah, I think Dynasty kind of figured out how to lock this field up. I mean, this was a really fast field in the beginning, but now Dynasty, you know, from those 2 temples and that Doritos, those first 2 Doritos, they really have been locking these fields up. Craziness going down right now. Dalton Vanderbilt streaks down that Dorito side, bunkers out Alex Goldman. They trade out. And Kyle Spica gets shot in the face from across the field. He leaves the field for Dynasty right now out of that snake.
Yeah, so Marcelo Margot bumping over a little bit there, top portion of your screen. Marcelo Margot is in this bunker right here. You can't see him, but he's in this back Dorito right there. And he's backing up off there. Now we see him looking inside. And so not really good field position for either team on this Dorito side of the field.
And you know, look right now, you have number, that's Oliver Lang right there, going to work, shooting across the field in a very bad position because Steven Pitts right now, you see Steven Pitts across the field, he has a really, really good angle on Oliver.
And Ryan Greenspan able to fill out there to that snake corner for Dynasty. There's Oliver Lang. He's just camping in that Dorito too.
You look at his pack right there, it looks like he's pretty much out of paint, so I mean, you got to be conservative and pick your shots right. Oliver, one of the better shots in the game, though, I got to tell you.
And Steven Pitts using that pin right next to him to block himself out. Ryan Greenspan trying to pound the bunker a little bit. 3-2 game, 5.5 left to go still. Very intense action right here. This point is huge for the LA Ironmen. They do not want to go down 2 points to this Dynasty team, who has been doing a really good job of locking this field up. Ryan Greenspan, whenever he gets out to the snake corner, it's pretty dangerous. It makes it way harder for anybody to try and get down the field here. The Ironmen do have the body advantage, though, with Steven Pitts, Marcelo, and A-Rod still there in the middle. A-Rod really just trying to concentrate on Oliver Lang, keeping an eye on Steven to make sure he doesn't get run down, but Ryan Greenspan, supreme gunfighter, and Oliver Lang as well, so.
Well, a smart point right here. Unfortunately, it's taking a long time, but the reason why is because it is a 1-point game, so it's not like there's even a 2-point lead right now. You're seeing this slow, methodical point because every single one of these guys realizes what's at stake. The loser of this particular game they're out. That's it, they're out of the tournament, and the winner will advance.
And Steven Pitts right here. There's Alex Rodriguez on your screen. You can see the spread for the LA Ironmen. Marcelo Margot trying to do what he can to get a shot. Ryan Greenspan protecting Oliver, not going to let Marcelo run him down. I think the ball, I mean, usually in this situation, the ball ends up in the middle guy's court, who happens to be Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, and right now, looking at Steven Pitts in the snake right here. And he is trying to get an angle on Ryan Greenspan. And I was going to say, maybe the center bunker here either needs to move over and help aggressively push up the Doritos, or move over to the snake and help out Steven Pitts, who's right here.
Ooh, and whoever shot Oliver Lang right there, Alex Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez just had a game right there because they almost, Marcelo Margot tried to go and got chopped up by Ryan Greenspan. Then Alex Rodriguez bailed out of that mini race bunker, shot Oliver Lang, and then came to the outside of the A and shot Ryan Greenspan to win that point for the LA Ironmen.
Nasty to tie it up.
3 kills that game for Alex Rodriguez.
In the quarterfinals.
Tie game. We'll be right back after these messages.
Let's take a look at Alex Rodriguez. It is his 2nd year in the professional division, man, ranked 6th and just killing it right now. He's getting to kill a point. His survival rating is awesome, and he is just running people down at the end of these matches, sealing the deal for the Ironman all weekend long, and just had himself an amazing point right there to keep the LA Ironman. He was also one of our Rookie of the Year candidates, and just an overall around great attitude on that kid.
Yeah, and another one of those kids from last year, Tokahi Hamill, is getting in the game right now. Mike Hinman putting Tokahi in the game. Didn't see much action this whole event, and here he is right now in the quarterfinals in a tie ball game with 3 minutes left.
3-3 ball game right now. Dynasty and Ironmen. Great matchup. These two teams. This is like a finals game right here, Maddie.
Well, that's the cool thing about when we get to the quarterfinals. You know, the top 6 teams, any one of those guys could win the event at the drop of a hat. So every single match, and that's why Sunday is so important. Every match you watch out here is essentially could be one day a finals match. But these teams fighting to get to the semifinals right now. All tied up 3 apiece. 3 minutes left, man. It's going to get crazy here.
And again, another 5-on-5 breakout. Nobody dies in the break. Very uncharacteristic of these fields because there's so many lanes right there, Todd. I mean, 5-on-5 games. The better aggressor and the better players win.
Yeah, and I mean, for Dynasty, they sent out Tyler Harmon, Dalton Vanderbilt, Alex Frage, and Yosh Rao to try and see if they can get a lead back over here. Ryan Greenspan, the first player on the Snake side, he comes and he gets into the back of Snake 1. Ryan, very dangerous as a front player. He's got Alex Frage behind him who made that Snake corner on the break.
I don't care where Ryan goes. He's dangerous everywhere.
Oh,
and Mike Paxton looked like he took one in the pack.
And so did Marcelo Margot. Well, I don't know about Mike Paxton's still alive back there. You're looking at Toe Camel on your screen right now. But on the other side of the field, it's kind of been a bloodbath for the Ironmen.
Yeah, I mean, 2 bodies walking off already. Marcelo Margot and Alex Goldman off that Doritos side. Now we're going to see if the Ironmen in these same positions can do what Dynasty's been doing and really kind of lock the field off. Steven Pitts in that corner down here. There's Ryan Greenspan in Snake 2.
Now with 1 minute and 50 seconds left, you know the Dynasty is up in your face and they're probably going to win this point. What do you do as a coach if you're the Ironmen?
Well, that's what Mike Hinman's going to have to decide here as Tokahi Hamill gets into the mini race bunker behind the Snake. He's going to dip into Snake 2. Feels like he's going to be better protected there. He may have a shot across the field. Ryan Greenspan jumps over Snake 2 on into Snake 3. I'm not sure if anybody recognized Tokahi Hamill got in there, and Tyler Harmon for sure didn't because he got chewed up running into Toke's gun. Tokahi Hamill not getting many games. This event may play big right now for the Ironmen. That body was huge. Now only a 4-on-3.
Yeah, with a minute coming down here, tied up 3-3. We could head to overtime. Look at Ryan Greenspan getting on his horse. Whoa, huge move by Ryan Greenspan.
What a great move, Maddie. Way to call that. You called it. That was an amazing move. And that's why Ryan Greenspan's one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, so Ryan, now let's see, he's trying to break it open for his team. Then here comes Steven Pitts. He runs up, and that
looks like a major penalty.
Major penalty, yeah. Ryan Greenspan definitely spun right there. And so, that's a terrible, and we'll see though. I don't know if they're going to have enough complete chaos on the field. Dalton Vanderbilt.
Wow. Wow, you know, Maddie, you called that. It was a great move by Ryan Greenspan, but unfortunately, Stephen Pitts making the move.
Well, the thing is that, man, Ryan Greenspan, phenomenal move, but you got to finish it off, and you got to give your team a chance. You know, I think that it looks like Dynasty is going to be taking this lead 4-3, but now they have to play with down a body for this entire time. That was crazy. You know, and Ryan, it's like, just take the hit, man. You know, I want to see the replay. We're looking at the pits right here with Dynasty.
And we're going to get a timeout right now on Dynasty's side. Ironmen, is 35 seconds going to be enough to put a point on this board to send it to overtime? Or can Dynasty hold off for the last 35 seconds? We're in the pits right now. There's Ryan Greenspan. Still got time to chat with the ladies before he heads out to the penalty box.
He has the most fantastic teeth.
He's got some good teeth.
A beautiful smile.
Well, and so it looks like a timeout there by Dynasty, and what a crazy point that was. But when you see the Ironmen play San Diego Dynasty, that's what we're going to see, especially with players of this caliber. You know, both of these teams, they re-up for this year. Both teams mid-level bosses last season. The best Dynasty could do was third. The Ironmen never really able to get out of the semifinals. Let's check out this replay here. And look at this, Ryan Greenspan coming down, dives head first over, takes out Hamill. It never looks any prettier than that. Perfect move, but check this out. And then here comes Stephen Pitts on the counterpunch play. This is proven why he's one of the best in the game. And look at this move by Stephen Pitts. He runs up, doing it however he can, one-handed, and then gets his shot there on Ryan Greenspan, and that major penalty was pulled by Ryan Greenspan. And wow, and then Alex Frazier comes off right after that, but they still had players left alive to hang it. So
that looked really close, man.
It was pretty close. But, you know, Ryan is famous for, if he feels like he didn't get the penalty, he always argues. So, you know, he ran right off. I don't know if that's him just learning from his previous mistakes, trying not to make it worse. We have Lauren down in the pits with Oliver Lang. What's going on down there, Lauren?
Hey guys, down here in the Dynasty pit with Oliver Lang. You guys know that Ironman is going to come out aggressive and try to get a point in these last 35 seconds. So what's your plan?
I mean, really, they got some heavy guns. They got A-Rob that's going to probably come to center. They're going to send the park kid to the snake. As long as they just don't push the envelope too much, and hopefully we shoot them and they don't just keep going, and we can survive this 30 seconds, we're going to be money. But, I mean, it's just about us getting to our spots and establishing these zones for a little bit.
All right, we'll see if they can accomplish that. Back to you, Maddie.
Wow, crazy game so far, and that's exactly what I expected to see out of these teams.
Honestly, it's like a finals game right now. I mean, back and forth. I mean, Stephen Pitts, Ryan Greenspan, Toke Hamill.
Well, that's the cool thing. And tell your friends, man, what's happening here on the PBA webcast here. PSP first event of the season, and it's been hot and heavy all week long. But every single game that we're going to see today is going to be a crazy matchup, most likely, because, you know, after this game, we have San Antonio X Factor taking on Upton 187 crew, playing to see who's going to stay in the Champions division and who bumps down to the second pro division in the Challengers division.
I mean, you know, it's such a crazy weekend. If you don't know what's going on with the Challengers and Champions division, go to paintballaccess.com, look at Maddie's breakdown. I mean, that's how the bracket breakdown, because it explains everything A, B, C, D. I mean, it's a little bit of reading, but I mean, it'll explain everything for you. I mean, every pro team out here just going for the gold right now.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay Damage and LA Infamous, they got the bye, and after that, the Upton 187 crew San Antonio X Factor match, we're going to start to see who's taking on the teams already that advance. And here, can they do it? Can the Ironmen push aggressively forward and make this happen? Oh, I don't think it's going to be enough, man. The time's starting to tick off.
Losing Daniel Park in the break.
And the fast points come when players die off the break. Oh, look at this. Yosh Rao getting shot. So now Dynasty's starting to lose guys.
15 seconds left. More Ironman bodies dropping off the field.
More Dynasty bodies dropping as Frazier takes the walk as well.
And there's Alex Rodriguez as the time runs out on the clock. Dynasty winning 4-3.
Yeah, and how do you sit there and look at the clock and just sit in your bunker and allow time to expire? At least die going forward.
Yeah, die going forward.
It's the oldest rule in the book right there. You got to die going forward. You know,
create some chaos. Let your teammates play off of it. I mean, Alex Goldman went up right away. Dynasty expected him to go there. He got chopped up, but I mean, Ironmen they took off running. They tried to send some guys, but just ineffective.
Hey,
weren't able to get any bodies.
Really close game, though, and hats off to the Ironmen as they played a pretty good match, but, you know, a hungry San Diego Dynasty trying to get back to the top tier of the sport again, just a little bit too much for the Ironmen, though. If I'm Mike Himmin, or I'm an Ironman fan, you know, and I played on Ironman for 6 years, and I'll tell you what, one of the first cardinal sins that you never, ever, ever let happen is if that horn blows to end the game and you're still alive in your bunker, you didn't do your job. Straight up. So, I mean, that was always an argument. You know, anytime that happened, I remember the first time that happened for me, and, you know, I got ripped a new one, and so I made sure that never, ever happened again. And so as soon as I look up, if I see 10 seconds and we're down 1 point, I'm going, man. Even if I have to run into a gun, who knows? Maybe he'll miss me.
I'm dead. I'm dead by then anyway. I mean, you know, I get up there, but Maddie's right. You know, leave it all on the field. And Maddie, I think you said to me one time, leave everything you got in the field. There's nothing to lose. Get up there, get in their face. If you're eliminated, so be it.
Well, I think for the Ironman, this event is that, you know, coming in, they got a little bit of a slow start, and which to me is kind of relatively inexcusable because they've been practicing so much, but they kind of played this tournament like it was a practice, and they lost Infamous yesterday, who understood that this is a fight. So here we go. Looks like we have Lauren down on the sidelines with Ryan Greenspan. Lauren, what do you got for us?
Wait, save it for the camera. Hey guys, we are down here with Ryan Greenspan from Dynasty. Ryan, I just told you you had the highest G rating with 6 confirmed kills. How does that feel?
Only 6? No, it feels great. I mean, our team's playing awesome. I think this is the best we've played in years. Got some fresh blood in the team. I think I say that every year, but no, this year I really mean it.
Working. Yeah. Awesome. So what was your strategy going out there? You knew Ironman was going to be super aggressive in that last point. So what were you focusing on, and what was running through your mind?
Well, in the last point, I was standing in the dead box, so my focus was hang out in there for a little bit and just kind of watch the team hold out. Any time that we play and it's a penalty or we know the team's going to come, especially the Ironman, they got a bunch of really quick, fast dudes, and we know they have a lot of threats like Snake, the 50 Dorito, and Mouse came on our side. So it's like, get in there, hunker down, and shoot those lanes because they have to come. And, you know, it went our way. So, you know, the strategy for the match is basically win and then go from there.
That's a pretty good strategy.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying out here.
All right, that's all down here, guys.
So let's check out the play here. And this is the Ironman on that last breakout. Look at this, aggressive moves on the stunt, but
my move. I like this move right here,
well,
Maddie.
Yeah, they're running up there. You were saying go all the way to the other team's 45-yard line right there, and they did it. But Dynasty, you see they're so tight in those bunkers, just not giving an inch there. And Ironman had a couple guys that, you know, that died in their bunkers. And I mean, honestly, they were looking at 4 guns, but that's kind of a pride issue at that point. Still, congratulations to San Diego Dynasty as they move on to the semifinals. The Ironmen, they're going home. They're still in the Champions Division, though, and we're going to be right back with the amazing X Factor and Upton 187 game. Those teams fighting for relevance in the Pro Division. We'll be right back. I'm Matty Marshall with Chris Osoy and Todd Martinez. Don't go anywhere.